Hey everybody, Theresa here and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share with you a really simple tutorial on how to create your own mixed media journal or traveler's notebook. The one that I'm creating today is going to be a sort of combination. It's just going to be an art journal for myself, and so you'll need a couple of things to begin. You'll need some favorite patterned papers. I'm using this collection from AB Studio that I purchased through Clique Kits. And then you'll also need a bone folder, a ruler, you'll need a paper trimmer, pencil to make markings, and I've used a long arm staple to pull this all together. But there are some other ways that you can pull your notebook together, and so I'll share that with you at that time. And so I'm just going through this adorable collection. One of the things that I loved about this collection is the mixed media feel that it already has. And so if you find that you want to create art and you want to have a mixed media feel, look for papers like this, especially if you are short on time and you still want the look, you want somebody else to do the dirty work for you, the messy work. But look at how gorgeous these papers are. And so I just went through and selected, let me see how many papers I selected. 1, 2, 3, 4 papers. That's it. And so I'm going to just clean up a little bit, whoops, and then start cutting those down. And so what you'll see, at first I cut these down a little bit bigger than what they ended up as being. And that's okay. Sometimes you change your mind a little bit. But first off, determine what orientation you want your paper, whether you want vertical or horizontal, and then of course cut your width times 2 plus your height. And so I'll tell you what the notebook ended up being. The notebook ended up being 4 1/4. So you're going to cut 8.5 inches wide, and then 8 inches tall. 8 1/4 inches tall. So 4.5, 4 1/4 by 8 1/4. And I'll have all those dimensions written on our blog as well. And then, so you're going to cut the width times 2, right? 8.5. And then use a bone folder or some kind of edge to score that so that you have a nice fold in the middle. And you're going to do that. These pages are a bit thick, so that's why I limited it to 4 pages. You can do more if you're using thinner paper. What will happen is when you attach these all together, you'll have the cascade on the edges, right? And so when you close the book, it'll look like the pages weren't all cut even. And that's because this is a heavier kind of cardstock weight pattern paper. And it's really nice to work on. It will not take wet medium very well. And I don't plan to add a lot of wet medium to this. It doesn't really need it. The lovely thing about working with pattern papers just like this is that it gives you a start already for your page. And so every time that I open to a new page, I already have colors that are chosen for me. I already have a mood, right? These papers convey this really bohemian sort of relaxed feel that's bright and colorful and happy. And so you get to choose what kind of papers you want to use in your notebook and pull those together for yourself, just depending on whatever mood you're in or what it is that you're looking to experience when you're creating. And I just love this really simple way. What happens when I actually go to create the pages every day or every couple of days is that all it really needs is a photo and a story, if you want to use it that way, or elements, or a title, or journaling, however it is that you decide you want to use your notebook. I'll probably do a variety of things in this book, just depending again on the mood that day. One of the things that I really like to use art journals for is for affirmations, and so I sort of tend to think about what are the things I need to hear when I sit down to create. And I'll be sharing that with you over the next couple of weeks. Every Wednesday, I like to share an art journal page with you and inspire you just to make some art and use art as a positive energy release, a positive emotional energy release that becomes a healing practice and can affirm you in your journey. And so you can see I'm just doing a combination of scoring, folding, deciding which way to turn the pages, how to put the pages together so that there's a bit of variety and so that each spread sort of has the feel that I'm going for or that I feel like I can work with later on down the road. And so I'm getting ready here just to trim the last page. And I chose to focus on the greens and blues, some of the pinks, and a little bit of orange in this notebook. And I feel like that is pretty flexible, right? So you could put anything in this notebook. And I don't know about you, but there's just something really cool about opening up a new notebook and imagining the possibilities of what am I going to do with this? What is this notebook going to teach me? What journey am I about to go on? What am I going to learn about myself? What am I going to learn about the creative process? It's so many possibilities, and I'm just one sentence shy from sounding like Dr. Seuss and oh, the places you'll go. So this is going to be the cover. I really love the hearts, and again, using art and mixed media as a way to practice self-love here, and that's going to be the overarching theme of this notebook. And so you can see here, when you fold everything together, the pages sort of cascade on the outer edge. And so then the question becomes, what do you do to even these pages out? And again, because this paper is a bit thicker, they're going to cascade a bit more. And I promise you that this doesn't have to be perfect. If you're a perfectionist, this part of the process can drive you absolutely bananas. But what you want is, you want your pages to be even when the notebook is closed. And that means that when the notebook is open, you'll have the cascade on the inside. And so you'll see here, I've got a long arm stapler. I love this thing. I really and truthfully can't believe how long it took me to finally decide to purchase a long arm stapler. As many of these notebooks as I have made in my life. And it's really nice to have. And the funny story about this is I ordered this stapler from Staples. It's an office supply company in the U.S. And you guys know that they still send me emails asking me to rate or review my stapler that I bought at Staples. And I just think that that must be the most satisfying email for them to send. It's hilarious. But I really do like having it, and it makes putting these together so very simple, and you can see just how easily that came together. And then I'm going to go back and secure that fold again. Did I get it exactly in the middle of the fold? Probably not, but it's pretty close. And then once you have your pages stapled in place, now you can go back and trim the edges the way that you want to trim them. And here's what I'm going to do. First off, I'm going to press down these staples on the inside a little bit with my bone folder, just to make sure that they don't catch on your fabric or anything like that, and just so that they're as unobtrusive as possible. And you can sort of see how the pages cascade on the left and the right hand side there. But when I close it, you can see as well that the pages on the outer edge just aren't quite as even as I'd like. And so there's a couple of ways that you can do this. I'm going to trim them all down at once. But here's the thing, obviously, if you try to run your paper trimmer through 8 sheets of paper at once, especially thicker pages like this, right? You're going to wear out your blade, and you're probably going to mess up a little bit. So I'm going to go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth until it's cut through. Another way that you can do this is with a metal ruler and a very sharp X-Acto knife. And again, remember that you don't want to try to push all the way through at once. Just do one layer at a time and a little bit at a time, and then you'll get it trimmed pretty evenly. And then once those edges are trimmed, I'm going to grab my corner rounder, and I'm going to round these corners. And of course, this is something that is a matter of personal. So I will see you guys back here very soon. I'll be sharing the process videos for this notebook over the next couple of weeks, and I hope that you will check back in. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications button so that it will let you know when those videos become available. Chat soon. Bye-bye.